What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like we could be getting a unification showdown, a mega unification showdown between undefeated, unified WBC, IBF, welterweight, world champion, superstar boxer, Errol Spence Jr., and WBA, welterweight, Cuban star boxer, Yordenis Ugas. That could be taking place in July, according to the recent reports. Obviously, we know Yordenis Ugas, he was elevated to the WBA super champion after 8-division legendary iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. He was stripped of the WBA title due to inactivity. Manny Pacquiao, he won the belt against former unified welterweight world champion, who was the WBC WBA welterweight superstar world champion boxer Keith one-time Thurman. That fight took place back in July of 2019. So they cited due to inactivity is the reason why they removed Manny Pacquiao from being a champion. Manny Pacquiao, he planned on coming back to the ring in 2021. Like I said, he didn't defend it the second half of 2019, and he didn't step in the ring at all in 2020. Obviously, due to the global pandemic, that was an issue. But with that said, Manny Pacquiao, he planned to come back to the ring, and he planned to face UFC superstar iconic athlete Conor McGregor, but that fell through. Conor McGregor was brutally knocked out and stopped in his fight against Dustin Poirier in his rematch. And then there was talks of Manny Pacquiao facing undefeated lightweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia in his next fight. In the WBA, they informed him he has to face somebody within the top 10 of the ranking system or run the risk of being stripped. So when the reports continued to surface that these were his focal point, the WBA, they made a move, they stripped him, they elevated who was already the regular WBA champion in Yordenis Ugas. They elevated him to the super champion. So with that said, Yordenis Ugas is the super champion. Yordenis Ugas 26-4, 26 wins, 4 losses, 12 wins by way of knockout. He's 34 years of age. He stands at 5'9" with a 69 in arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was September of 2020 when he took on and defeated Abel Ramos and got a split decision. That wasn't the best performance by Yordenis Ugas. Actually, he was hurt badly in the 12th round. It looked like he could have been on the verge of being stopped by Abel Ramos, but he weathered the storm. He made it to the count, and he got a split decision victory. It wasn't his best performance. Errol Spence, undefeated, 27-0, 27 wins, no losses, no draws, 21 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age. He stands at 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. So he has a half-inch height advantage over Yordenis Ugas and a 3-inch arm reach advantage over Yordenis Ugas. And the last time we saw him in the ring was December 5th when he dominated 2-division world champion, former junior welterweight unified world champion, former WBC welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Danny Swift Garcia via unanimous decision victory. Okay, so there was a lot of talk that, Manny Pacquiao could possibly face Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao was also looking to fight undefeated 3-division world champion, who is former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, who's currently the WBO welterweight world champion, is widely considered by most the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, Errol Spence, he's the second half to make up that super fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence is considered top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. So this fight between Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas is going to have a lot of implications. So the target date is in July now, is what I'm hearing, that they're looking to stage this fight some point in time in July. They would like to do it around the holidays, right? So, July 3rd would be the perfect day because 4th of July is Sunday. So that would make for the perfect date to stage this fight. You have it on right next to a holiday. It's a big deal. You get the draw that fans. A lot of people are off of work. A lot of people are celebrating. So you get that crowd, okay, and that's what you're looking to capture. So you have a big event, like a big boxing event, especially in Texas. If they have this event in Dallas, Texas, at AT&T Stadium, at the Cowboys Stadium, Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this would be a huge deal because, like I said, then you have Sunday is 4th of July. So you're attracting a lot of fans on vacation. A lot of fans are looking to have events. They're having barbecues. They're looking to celebrate. What better time than to have it July 3rd, okay? So July 3rd seems to be the target date, to schedule this fight. And this is a huge ordeal. Like I said, we just saw Errol Spence. He came back December 5th against Danny Garcia after having a 14-month layoff and suffering that horrific car accident just 12 days after unifying the belts against two-time welterweight world champion superstar boxer Showtime Sean Porter. That took place September 28th. Then October 10th is when he suffered the horrific car accident. And then now we saw him back in the ring dominating. So with that said, if he fights in July, that gives him 6 months, since he's been in the ring, and longer than that, because he was in the ring first week in December, okay, December 5th. So, all of December, then you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So that's quite some time for him to get back in the rhythm. And obviously, Errol Spence, he don't want to stay inactive. He said that he's focused. He's honed in. He has a game plan, and he's looking to fight as many times as possible. What also makes sense for him to have this fight in July, it gives him plenty enough time if they look in the stage a Terrence Crawford massive, mega, undisputed showdown with one another. Okay, so if Terrence Crawford, we don't know who his next opponent is, he's focused on trying to secure a fight with Manny Pacquiao. He's been trying to do so for a long time. But Manny Pacquiao, he stated that he's leaning towards facing 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia in his next fight, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because if you're going to fight Mikey Garcia, you should have went ahead and fought Mikey Garcia from the get-go, because Mikey Garcia is ranked number 4 in the WBA ranking system. Thus, Manny Pacquiao would not have been stripped of the title. He would not have been relieved of the WBA title, because he would have been defended against somebody in the top 10, not even just in the top 10, but in the top 5, and it's a big fight for both guys. So, that should have been the game plan overall. Now, we know legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, who promotes Terrence Crawford, he stated that they're doing everything they can in their power to secure a Manny Pacquiao fight for Terrence Crawford. And on top of that, he stated that there was an investment group looking to put up at least $50 million. We know, according to Bob Arum, the long-out, drag-out negotiations for this fight for the better part of 6 years, is Manny Pacquiao's been asking for $20 to $25 million for a Terrence Crawford fight. He understands the risk versus the reward. And so with that said, now Bob Arum says the investment group coming up with $50 million or more. And now you have Manny Pacquiao saying, now, if they got $50 million, I want $40 million. So he's up the ante, okay? And Terrence Crawford would get $10 million. So we don't know what Terrence Crawford plans are. We know Sean Porter is also his WBO #1 mandatory challenger. So that could be a possibility. He did state that if he didn't get this Manny Pacquiao fight, he'll revisit the Sean Porter fight. So that makes sense, okay? And then we could be headed now, even though Terrence Crawford said 50-50 may not get a deal done between him and Errol Spence. I think he's posturing, right? I think that Terrence Crawford is looking to gain any leverage he can gain in the negotiations between him and Errol Spence. It's a massive fight. It's a super fight. And I believe that Terrence Crawford is posturing, okay? So with that said, I believe that if Errol Spence has the fight with Yordenis Ugas, I highly expect him to beat Yordenis Ugas. He's just more versatile. He's bigger. He's stronger. He has more power. He's younger. I just expect Errol Spence to beat Yordenis Ugas. He will be a 3-belt holder. He will hold then the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. So with that said, that would make the super fight even bigger between himself and Terrence Crawford, because it would then be for undisputed, okay? And if he fought in July, and let's say Terrence Crawford, we know, is scheduled to be a free agent come October. So he could be away from Top Rank. He did state that, the reason he didn't get these big fights is because the Top Rank is holding him back. If he wasn't with Top Rank, he could get these big fights. So it's a possibility that, somewhere down the line, maybe in October, he don't re-sign with them, right? That gives them enough time to schedule this super fight, maybe in November, maybe in December, okay? But both guys, would be active. I'm sure at this point in time, Terrence Crawford's next fight is going to be a huge fight. It's going to be a better opponent. It's got to be the Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao, maybe Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez winner. They're fighting for undisputed at junior welterweight. That fight is scheduled for May 22nd. Maybe the winner of that fight moves up. Maybe Terrence Crawford fights the winner of that fight sometime in the end of July. Errol Spence fights in the beginning of July. They on schedule, on par to face off against one another for undisputed at the end of the year. That's the super fight. So, like I said, I'm highly expecting Errol Spence to be victorious against Yordenis Ugas. The reports are that they're looking to schedule it around the holidays. Expect to see July 3rd as the target date for Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas unification bout. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.